In this video, I'm removing some dust spots from a video using Photoshop. First of all, duplicate the layer and name it Dust and Scratches. If when you import it into your version of Photoshop it's not in a layer group, make sure you add it to a layer group first. Click on the actual layer that contains the video and change it so that it's converted for smart filters. Then play with dust and scratches until you're happy with the results. I find between 25 and 45 is usually perfect. Now go to the layer group and choose Layer Mask, Hide All. Choose the brush tool, select the white and paint white wherever you see a dust spot. Doing this will help Photoshop increase the rendering speed when it comes to rendering out the video. Zoom into 100%, go back to the noise filter and add some noise. I usually find that adding about 1.5, 1.2 usually fine to fix problems, because you don't want the areas that have been cleaned up to look too fake. As you can see here, there's quite a smooth spot in a grainy sky. The only other thing to mention is, rather than choosing uniform, choose Gaussian. It's a much more natural looking noise level, effect on the video. And choose monochromatic. You don't want patches of colour to suddenly appear in your video. Finally, drag the scrubby slider so you can start the process of Photoshop rendering out the video. And click on the play button to force Photoshop to render the video out. This will speed things up when you actually come to exporting the video. Once you're happy that you've caught all the dust spots, you're then ready to export out your video. If there are any areas that look a little bit fake still, just go get your brush tool and brush an irregular shape around the area that you masked out. That should help hide anything that looks too fake. And then press the play button to get it to render out the video again. Even on a fast Mac this will be a bit steppy. Finally, once you're happy with this, then go to the File menu, choose Export, and export to, or rather render to video. Choose H.264 and the default should be fine for what you need. Click on render. Be prepared for this to take some time, and it's probably worth renaming your file at this point as well, so that you've got a before and after to compare. I've speeded up the film by 25 times, as this does take quite some time to render out. I'm using a fairly new MacBook Pro and filled up with RAM, and it still took quite some time to do. Finally, you can open the fixed video and the old video to compare in QuickTime. The only thing that's worth mentioning at this point is if you're using Photoshop CS6, the difference between CS6 and CC is that CS6 doesn't support the audio. So when you render out your video, there's no audio, so you'll just have to recombine them again in Premiere afterwards. Okay, that's it, done.